Most people had their own traditions. My grandfather had his, a trip to downtown in the scorching heat to watch a Sergio Leone western. Dolly, let's go to the movies. An hour later, we'd step off the bus and walk into the heart of the city. Inside the theater, it was absolute chaos. Soldiers shouting, others laughing, whistles echoing across the room. I leaned over and whispered, "Grandpa, how are we supposed to watch a movie with all this noise?" He smiled. "Don't worry and be kind. They're all soldiers, they're going to war. This may be the last nice thing they'll ever see before they get on that bus." A few minutes later, the beer vendor arrived. A cold beer for Grandpa, a bag of chips for me. The lights went down, and suddenly, silence. Then, after a few scenes, the audience began to react. They laughed, they whistled. Then, love entered the story, usually through a woman with impossible blue or green eyes.
Hear strange sound drop to the ground.
What sound? Like what?
Like that.
She made him realize that a life without love isn't a life at all, and for the first time, he became truly free. The man we'd spent 2 hours believing was nothing more than an outlaw, a shallow, cruel person, finally understood that he hadn't been born cruel, but life and people made him that way. For the first time, he realized that life without love isn't living. He understood one of the oldest stories in Western civilization. The moment a man discovers that love is worth more than survival.
So what's the significance of what he was saying?
What he was saying is that this love is bigger even than death, than pain, than anything. This is the affirmation of the pain of life in a big way.
And I would choose this pain for love now, even though it might mean everlasting pain and damnation in hell.
That's right.
Applause, whistles, cheers, goosebumps. I wasn't alone anymore. I looked at my grandfather. "Grandpa, how come they are reacting when nobody's even talking?" He smiled without taking his eyes off the screen and pointed, "Look at their eyes. They're talking with their eyes." I didn't understand what he meant. Then came the moment Sergio Leone always seemed to save for the end. Morricone's trumpet slowly began to rise. That's when it happened. The entire cinema rose to its feet. Love, good or evil, fear, courage. I realized Sergio Leone could tell you everything about a person without a single word through those close-ups. He didn't need dialogue. He didn't need subtitles. All he needed was a face. Hold it long enough, and it tells you everything you need to know. You can tell if a person is your friend or enemy, loves you or hates you, mean or kind, simply by looking in their eyes long enough, just like Leone did with his characters. And now, you can too.